About that pile of Triceratops droppings. That is one big pile of shit. Please welcome Jeff Goldblum, everybody.
Hello, Chaos Apartments. Jeff Goldblum couldn't make it, so I'm actually Dr. Ian Malcolm. I'm the doctor from Jurassic Park. I think we all agree John Williams would have been a better guest, but I mean, between Spielberg and Lucas, those guys relied on John Williams more than Stedman relies on Oprah. It's a joke about how Stedman doesn't pull his weight financially. This character is going to be hard because I stutter and comedy's about timing. Bear with me as I try and make these jokes work. But I will say my roast jokes are brought to you by Apartments.com. Apartments.com. Is your living situation chaos? Then let life find a way to your new apartment. And a reminder, I'm Dr. Ian Malcolm, not Jeff Goldblum. Okay, without further ado, let's start with your host, Indiana Jones. What a hero. Yes, the kind of person children can really look up to, an archaeologist who pilfers items of great cultural significance from small tribes, while still finding time to bang a teenager. And then telling her she knew what she was doing when she confronted him about it later on. That's within the first 20 minutes of us meeting this character. And we root for him to survive that boulder, but he's the bad guy. You've stolen more culture than Elvis. Okay. Perfect Hollywood icon. You're afraid of snakes, but clearly not the consequences of your actions. Okay. You were created by George Lucas, a man who also created something called the Force. A metaphysical power where you can basically force people to believe and do things even if they don't want to. A perfect Hollywood metaphor. It's like if casting couch became a superpower. In fact, I have a transcript from the original scene that he wrote with Obi-Wan Kenobi. So actually, if you want to read the stage direction, and Steven, would you mind being my scene partner and we can project?
I would.
Okay, so stage direction, I'm going to give you the microphone, George. Steven, and you will be playing Stormtrooper.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Obi-Wan, exterior. A shitty universe I created. That's mean. Obi-Wan pulls up like a pimp. Luke and the droids sit quietly by his side like the obedient hoes they are.
Let me see your identification.
Obi-Wan waves his hand around like a true pimp.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
Obi-Wan waves his hand around all pimp-like again.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Obi-Wan once again does some pimp-ass hand moves.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Take my belt off and suck my cock.
The stormtrooper tearfully unbuckles Obi-Wan's belt and gives him an unwilling blowjob for the next 37 minutes of the film. Cut to Princess Leia getting ass fucked by Han Solo in a gold bikini.
And scene. And just to clarify, Han Solo's the one wearing the gold bikini. Thank you, Steve. I didn't want to do, because if I did the stage directions, I'd have stuttered through the whole thing. It had to be precise. Okay, great stuff, George. And, all right, I'll try this one. So first off, speaking of Me Too stories, Spike Lee has one that not a lot of people know about. The scene in Do the Right Thing where he rubs ice cubes on Rosie Perez's tits. The reason you don't see her face is because she was crying while he did it. Just a little fact for you all to know about Spike Lee. That really happened. Which makes sense why the original title was Do the Right Thing Unless It Involves a Woman. I guess you believe do the right thing, same way the founding fathers thought all men are created equal. But I'd like to do my audition for Malcolm X real quick. We didn't land, we did not land on Plymouth, we did not land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock, it's Plymouth Rock. I think we can all agree, Plymouth Rock, it landed on us. I'm black. Now that last section of the roast was brought to you by Zillow, Swiss Company's mid-roast. The person I'm roasting, I think we're gonna need a bigger stage. Oprah's here. Steven Spielberg directed you in The Color Purple. It's a film about the color of Stedman's face when you're writing it. It's a fat joke. Her weight suffocates him when she fucks him while she's on top. And for the audience here, I'm gonna be just like Oprah. You get a stutter, and you get a stutter. Speaking of great big fat people, Jaws is here. Jaws is a great white shark who terrorizes a beach town, keeping up with Hollywood's time-honored tradition of all-white casting. He was also originally cast as Ross on Friends. And here's my audition for Jaws. That's the least I've stuttered in 54 years. And now E.T., you may recognize him as the poop emoji on your phone. E.T. phone home, more like E.T. fuck off. You're lucky my friend Will Smith isn't here because he'd punch you in the face and say, welcome to Earth. I'm still Ian Malcolm. You are designed, of course, like an upside-down flaccid penis. Testicles at the bottom and a thin, long neck with a mushroom top. Greatest achievement is you're the only Hollywood icon to touch a kid on camera and it hasn't hurt your career. Michael Jackson is moonwalking in his grave. Reese's Pieces, that was a market placement in your film, something I'd never do, which, by the way, this part of the roast is brought to you by Craigslist. Craigslist, when you've run out of options. And of course, Steven Spielberg taking a break from his pedophile ring with Tom Hanks. Where we go one, we go all. I'm a member of QAnon. Maybe, does this crowd not know what that, okay. Chaos. But Steven, you're such a brave filmmaker. So brave that you're making a film that's a mix of Indiana Jones, Schindler's List, and Jaws called Jews, The Last Crusade. And he actually was so brave, he cast Daniel Day-Lewis as Adolf Hitler to see if he'd stay in character off set. He's tried to kill him 7 times since the filming started. Just to clarify, that's not real. Sorry. If you were upset, I want to clarify that I'm stretching the truth for humor. In comedy, we exaggerate for humorous effect. I'm not even Ian Malcolm, I'm Jeff Goldblum. And finally, Tinkerbell, more like Skankerbell. Now, people normally clap to keep you alive, but since you were traumatized by Steven Spielberg, I think if we want to undo her drama, we all know the main thing that they talked about in Hook is to undo trauma, you have to sing the song Hook by Blues Traveler. So on the count of 3, we're all going to sing the chorus to the song Hook by Blues Traveler. And if you guys don't know QAnon, I bet you know this reference. So to undo her trauma from being banged hardcore and have her children left behind by Steven Spielberg. Remember that part of the roast? We all sing the hook, ready? Because the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lie. We're gonna do it again because none of you did. Hang on, before we go, raise your hand if you know the song I'm talking about. Okay, so that guy, by himself, big John Popper fan. And some of you laughed, but you said you don't know the song, which means you laughed for no reason, you just like the name John Popper. You sing with me. Because the hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lie. The hook. Well, look at that. Tinkerbell. You no longer got fucked by Steven Spielberg, so thank you all so much, and free stutters for everyone.
Keep it going for Jeff Goldblum, everybody. Jeff Goldblum. I'm pretty sure John Popper is a guy in Boys Town who sells you drugs that'll open your butthole. My favorite part of that set was that this woman came back from the bathroom and she turned to her friend and presumably said, "What did I miss?" And I assumed that her friend said, "Obi-Wan Kenobi raped a guy." You shouldn't have gone to the bathroom, you really... There's a lot of context you missed. Okay.